Hello everyone, I'm NewlifeOP586, and weird warning. So, this is gonna be more of a theory, a thought, kind of like a speculation, one without really any evidence due to the fact that I had this in a dream. But as with my Dishonored dreams, the ones that might make sense get turned into theories as to, for example, my first gameplay theory with the Outsider. So, two things. I had a dream where I was watching the battle between Billie and the Outsider unfold, where the conversation went exactly like this. So, imagine Billie and the Outsider are in the final arena in the void here. So, the Outsider took a step back. If you plan on killing me as a mortal, then it'd be rude of me not to grant you the luxury of knowing my name. Billie lunged forward at the remark. I know your name, Outsider. Everyone does. The Outsider bowed his head. Yes, people have called me that for many millennia, though I didn't start with that. No, my name is Caden. Only polite to be on a first name basis when you're about to take their life. Wouldn't you agree, Billie Lurk? So yeah, that's the scene. I know, weird as fuck. As a side note, so I googled Caden for pure curiosity, and apparently it means little warrior. Considering I didn't pick the name and my subconscious picked it, it's kind of cool that it actually kind of fits, because you have to realize that the Outsider even says himself,
right up until the end, I thought I'd find a way to escape.
and in a way, as I mentioned prior, he kind of did. By becoming a part of the void, he did escape, puts in the air. Yeah, I know, weird to put a name to a nameless space, but I don't know what's weirder, the fact that my subconscious gave him a name, or the fact that if his name really was Caden, it wouldn't put me off. I mean, he kind of looks like a Caden a little bit, doesn't he? Anyway, yeah, I know, super weird. And that passive-aggressive dialogue near the end is something the Outsider would certainly say. He really has the type of attitude that would fit that dialogue. Anyhow, with the oddities out of the way, something else happened in my dream that really got me wondering something. So, all before bed, I was watching the Outsider scenes on a loop, more or less, trying to figure out what goes where and whose plan is doing what and what scenes are happening. Nonetheless, the hand scene, as I started calling it, popped in my dream. And my dream had a different theory about what was going on that I legitimately feel compelled to share, despite how weird this may sound. So we know that there are still undisclosed locations that have yet to be revealed to us. And according to my dream, those locations don't actually take place in a place per se, but rather a time. See, in my dream, the Outsider was putting his hand on Billie's face to show her what he went through. So we first-handedly account the Outsider's past in human life, and how the cult stole him away for the ritual, a sort of similar fashion on how Delilah showed you her past, but with his it was more first-handed-ish, as if Billie was watching through the Outsider's eyes, which, considering they're trying out some new game mechanics, this actually might not be too far off of a stretch. But everything was dark and gray, and the player awoke running in the streets as a terrified 15-year-old running from this cult that wanted to steal him. But you know, as one would know, he didn't get away, and he was caught by the cult. We get to see the city that he knew and first-handedly where he came from. And he wasn't trying to attack Billie, but was again instead going to send her mind back to one of his own memories. In this, though it's highly unlikely that they will go in this direction, it'd be really neat that if somehow and against all odds this did happen, and we were actually revealed his name. I am certain this dream would not have occurred without LeapYear7 talking about it in the comments. So, huge shout out to LeapYear7, thank you so much for bringing it up. I have thought about it before, but not recently, so thank you for that. I have wondered, but now I really do hope they reveal it in the upcoming DLC to give the Outsider more of a human feel, or to have more of his humanity reclaimed with his character. Though I'm not sure if he would lower himself to that level, however he has done it before in Dishonored 2, specifically the Royal Conservatory or Cinda Gardens Shrine.
Vice Overseer Byrne is an ambitious man, but he believes in the Abbey's mission, protecting the good people of the Empire against the likes of us.
But if they're going to like efficiently and canonly kill him, I want to know everything there is about the Outsider, and I wouldn't mind him going out with a bang. I mean, yeah, I would mind him going out at all, but the way that they're advertising it seems pretty canon. I could also see the Outsider doing this to Billie, letting Billie see his past, because the Outsider is a very highly debate-oriented person. If he was at all going to fight for his life, it would be more so trying to convince the player not to follow through with the plan more than anything. Though, also being similar to that, if he failed, I could also see him not being above more physical means to his survival, i.e. Trigger warning, if you guys, this next part's a bit triggered, but as a side note, there is a theory that I despise, probably out of personal preference, but the theory that the Outsider wants to die and is more or less suicidal. I actually really don't like that theory, and I think it's because it hurts and strikes on a personal level. I'm aware that it's there, but stay away from that theory. Anyhow, take this theory with a grain of salt. Nothing I should say should be taken as facts. I could be wrong on all accounts, especially with this one, considering this one was based on a dream. Also, huge shout out to the comments for coming up with the Billie's arm theory, that the moments where her arm is like a whole arm and not the void could be a possible no powers mode option. It makes a lot of sense in that perhaps you can actually choose Stilton's fate as a no powers mode option, like at the beginning of the game. Like, did Emily Caldwin save the Stilton no powers mode, or the canon option where she didn't save him? But that's how I think they would be able to approach that. And personally, I love this so much. It just makes so much sense, and thank you so much for helping with the Billie's arm theory and clearing up some things that might make more sense than what I was theorizing. So thank you so much to you guys and the many others who helped with this theory and put it together. So thank you so much for watching. NewlifeOP 2586, TheKingStudioz signing out, guys. Bye!